Hi guys, welcome back. In this section, we will learn one of the most important and the most powerful feature of Spotify development, that is property controls and document properties. And we will see how they are linked to each other, how to create them, edit them, and how to use them. We have this HTML, and let's say at this place I will create a property control which is label. Now as we know that label is used to display certain text information, so once you click that you get this dialog box of property control open. And if you see, we have a document property section over here. Now remember that for every property control, there should be a document property. Okay. So we will create, because this is a new property control, so we have to create a new document property that should be associated with this property control. Consider it as that property control is a person and the document property is their name. So for every person, we must have a name to call them. So for every property control, we must have a document property to call them. So you create a new document property and we do that in a camel case and give it a value, let's say test, and click OK. So DP label is associated with this property control. I click OK, and if you see, we have this property control and we have this document property associated to this property control. Now we will see further how will we use this document property. But let's further look what are the different property controls. So we have this as label. Let's now add an input field. We give this as well a name, dp input. We do that in a camel case. Maybe we do not give any value as of now. We click OK, and here we have an input box and we can input anything. So we have this as another property control with the document property dp input. Okay. Now we as well add a drop down list, which is very widely used. Now, drop down list can contain a variety of things. It can contain something specific that you want, or it can contain a list of fields, or it can contain all the values in a certain field. So let's have a look. So this property control is a drop down list. Let's give that name dp drop down and click OK. Now it says set property value true. Either we give it a list of columns, that is by a column selection, or we give it a unique values in a column. We choose the data table in the column and all those unique values will come up in that drop down list. We can give certain expressions, like we can give sum of orders, sum of sales, sum of discount, count of customers, count of orders. All those expressions can be inserted over here. We can have certain fixed values that you might want to specify, or you can have a numerical range, let's say 10 to 100 or something like that. So in this example, let's say we have unique values in a column from the table orders. Let's have shipped where, and we have these three as the unique values that will come up in the drop down. So if you click OK, you see you have a drop down coming up over here, and these are the three options in that drop down. Okay, so this was a drop down list and we have a document property associated with it. And once again, let's also have a list box. Let's have a list box, a multiple select. I think it's quite obvious from the name. You can select only one in this, and you can select multiple values in this particular list box. So give uh, let's use this and give this a name. Let's give it dp list box and click on OK. And again, we have the same options. Set property value true. Let's say you choose column selection this time, and another step when you choose column selection is to do a select columns, and you again have to create a new property. Let's give it a name dp list box, probably something like that, and maybe you have to give it default value as this is a boolean, so give it a true always. This the data type is always boolean for this kind of control. Click on OK, and now you choose which all columns do you want. Do you want all the columns, or you want certain columns? I don't want order ID, so maybe I'll remove all. I'll put customer, I'll put employee, ship via, ship name, ship city, region, country, product. Maybe these are the kind of fields I want in my list box. So I click on OK, and I again click on OK. And if you see, I have a multi-select list box that I can choose. If you think that the size of this list box is pretty small, click on format and give it a specific size of, let's say, 200 by 100. This will maybe increase its size and gives a better look and feel. So these are the different property controls, and these are the different document properties associated with these property controls. So in this lecture, we have learned how to create them. In the next lecture, we will learn how to use them. Thank you.